Hello, YouTube. How is everybody today? Hope all's going well for you guys. And to my American friends, happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully, you guys had a wonderful meal and, possibly a great football game if you're into the sports, or watch the parade. I believe that was also today. Anyhow, this is Thursday, and on my Thursdays, I do things for making Thursday. This month's theme is mitts, wristers, fingerless gloves. Quick little story before I go through my slideshow that you can see it's up on the screen. The very first thing I ever made in the yarny world was a pair of mitts when I was 12 years old. I actually got to do an elective at my elementary school, and we got the fiber and we got to comb it all out and put it on the pegboard. I know there's terms for it, I just never looked them up. I don't remember what they were called. Then we got to roll them up, spin them on an actual big spinning wheel. And then once we got our yarn all spun up, we got to dye it. And for some reason, I really don't know why, I did mine red. I don't remember how much dye color choices we had, but I'm very surprised I did red because red has never been my color. I'm surprised I didn't go blue or a purple or a combination of those. But yeah, I did a red, surprisingly. Then once the yarn was all dyed, dried, and ready to go, we got sets of knitting needles. Um, I guess it would have been probably DPNs we did them on, and we got to make mittens. I know, like I sit there and I think, first time ever knitting, and you're learning on DPNs, which can be challenging to begin with because if you're not cautious on what you're doing, your stitches can fall off either end of the knitting needles. And mittens. So you're learning knits, you're learning purls. So like the rib, you're learning how to increase for the thumb gusset and how to make the thumb hole and then up the hand and make sure both mitts are the same size, and then how to decrease and do I think we did the Kitchener stitch for the closing of the mittens, but don't 100% quote me on that. I'd have to look at the actual pattern. Because yes, I do have a copy of that exact pattern that I had back when I was 12. This is a reprint. I printed it out again because I lost my original, but I had my original for many, many years, and there will be some pictures of me in this slideshow that I did the exact same mittens, but mine back then were solid red. So let's get ready with the slideshow here. Let me just pull up my other screen so I can see what's going on. So these are the wristers, so fingerless gloves I made this month for the theme. I had a little bit of fun with them. The color combination didn't really match that great, but you know what? I still had fun with them. Now these ones, oh my goodness, I had a lot of fun with these. They are out of my Head to Toe Winter Knits book. And if you guys would like to go over to my post and put a vote, there's a pull up for the next item to make. Once I finish the current set of wristers I'm making, which actually the one I just finished knitting today, and I haven't started the second one yet, but I do have the lemma on those, and I will talk about that on Sunday, and really could use your help on it. But I do have a poll up to vote for my next item after the current wristers I'm working on. But these ones with the color work, they turned out really fun and cute, and I'm keeping them. I don't usually keep a lot of things I make, but these I'm keeping. I made these mittens, they were crocheted. I believe I donated them to, I think one of our homeless shelters, I think is where I donated them to, or to a homeless shelter, but it was through one of our public libraries. Actually, I think that's how I donated these ones. These were also a pair of wristers out of my Head to Toe Winter Knits book. I did them with a light 3-weight yarn, and I love how they turned out. Like, I know how to knit, I know how to purl, I know how to do yarn overs, knit two together, things like that. And with the yarn overs, and you make the really pretty lace work, it's really cool, and I love it. It's just I'm still learning some of the technique or technical terms, like for knitting and to get different stitches and stuff. And cables are one I'm really starting to really love, and But yeah, I'm really liking the lace work stuff. I made those wristers. I made these little baby mittens. I think they turned out so cute. Then this pattern here is actually a pattern from said pattern that I very first set of mittens I ever made. And these are a child-sized little mittens. Just, I was bored one day. I thought I will whip up a pair of mittens. I could do them actually in the summertime. I was looking for a break to do some knitting. This was a couple years ago. And I threw on some mittens. There's these wristers. They're a little hard to see because of the yarn choice I used. But they were actually pretty cute. I think these ones might still be in my possession. I'm not 100% sure. But they were crocheted. And they were kind of a shell stitch, I believe. But it is hard to tell via the picture. These black and white ones are another one that is from said pattern as well. My son, the one that lives here at home with my husband and I, he's accumulated 5 hats from me now, I think. Now, one totally was a surprise. He didn't know it was coming, which was his hat last year at Christmas. Him and his dad each got matching hats, just different colors in it. But he's worn different hats to work over different times. And co-workers have noticed them and, question, where'd you get your hat? And he says, oh, my mom made it, the kind of thing, And one of the co-workers was looking for a hat and mitten set for her mom for Christmas and said, could your mom make a set? And what would she charge me for it? So my son came home that day from work and I said, okay, which colors does she want? And he told me, I said, okay, I'd have to go out yarn shopping first before I could make them. And he says, that's no problem. She said, no big hurry, but she's just wondering how much. So I told him how much and he sent her a message. And she said, yeah, that sounds great. And I said, well, give me about a week, maybe 2, because I don't have the supplies available in my stash at this moment. She said it wasn't a big deal. Went out and bought the yarn. Within a few days, I told my son, I told my son that day when he went to work to let her know that I would be coming with the dad, like my husband, to go pick him up, and she can get them then because by then they'd be done. And she gave me a couple extra bucks for this set, but those are another pattern from another set of mitts from this pattern that originally I made. And then same with these ones. Now this one, the thumb does look a little shorter. It's not, guaranteed it's not, but it looks like it is. But another one, I don't know why it is, but the gusset on this one's not as noticeable as on this one. So I don't know. I think it's because I maybe gone a little longer here or something. But they are the same pattern. Then I made these crocheted ones, years ago. I no longer have them, but I did make those. Then these ones here, I don't recall where I got the pattern from or why I was making them. I could have been from one of my pattern books, but I'm not 100% sure. They're technically supposed to be leg warmers. I don't know for how old of a toddler because they're tiny. So I thought, okay, I went with a smaller yarn, smaller knit needles, but they're tiny, tiny, where I can wear them for little wrist warmers, like inside my coat or whatever. I still do have these ones as well. Where they are, I couldn't tell you, but I know I have them. But yeah, they're supposed to technically be little leg warmers for, I guess, an infant, but I can't see you putting leg warmers on an infant. So I turned them into wrist warmers. Okay, what else do we got here? Another set of baby mittens. This was actually a whole set. There was the mittens, there's a hat, and a little bunting bag. And I made 2 sets. And here's the second set I made. My neighbor at my trailer, originally I had, I think the gray set was made first. And she bought it, but she wanted the second set made if I could because a friend of hers was having twins. So those, and technically the pattern I followed, it was a whole set, and it was supposed to be like pumpkin themed. So the mittens were supposed to be orange with like the green for the pumpkin, curly parts that come off the stems. I wasn't doing pumpkins. I made these ones just for fun. The yarn played the way it played all on its own. Again, it is from the same pattern. Like I said, I love that mitten pattern. I made these set of wristers. I have no idea whatever happened to them, but they were a fun set. Now it's hard to see, but this is like a burgundy color, and then the pink and the white, but the burgundy is a little hard to see. Um, I made these mittens. They were a donation. These ones I also donated at one point. There's these little wristers. I think it was, I don't, to be honest with you, I don't even know why I made these ones, but it was a good way to use up some yarn that I really didn't know what I was going to do with. Definitely not my colorway, as you can see with my skin tone. It doesn't really look right on me, but they are kind of cute. They were like a shell stitch of some sort. Then there's these ones. These ones were fun. I've made a couple pairs of this style. So I did them in solid white. And then I did them three-tone colored. They were a little snug for me. I should have gone up a size or two in the crochet hook, and they would have fit better, but they were kind of cute. I had fun with them. Same mitten set again. It was a set one of the parents at the school that my niece and nephew went to when they were younger, she wanted a set for her daughter, and her daughter was in my nephew's kindergarten class. I said, okay, this is what I can make for you. This is what I'll charge you. And she never paid me the full price for it. I was a little upset. I think I was only charging like $15. And the yarn I purchased myself, so the yarn I kept, whatever was left. But I made her a hat, mitts, and a scarf. And no, she never paid me for the full price for it. So I was a little disappointed. Now, these mittens my mother had made. And they're actually, she loved them. They were great, especially walking wherever with her walker to keep her hands warm. They're double layered mittens. She lost them here in the city. She left the apartment here one day, went to Tim Hortons. Not even the one you would think she'd go to. It was much closer. I think she was going downtown, that's why. And she decided to walk. And when she came out of Tim Hortons and up the road a little bit, she decided, I need my mittens on, and she didn't have them. And she retraced her tracks. She has no idea where she lost them. These ones here I wear these ones a lot. Again, same pattern. These ones I carry in my winter jacket. I have a pair of magic midi gloves, and I wear inside these because the yarn, it's a red heart yarn, so I don't want to say it's thin, but they are thin. And like they're older mittens. I've had these ones, oh goodness. I want to say at least 10, 15 years. I've had these mittens. And it's time, I think, to although they're in great shape, don't get me wrong, like they're in excellent shape. I almost think these ones are ready to retire, maybe at the trailer, and put a new pair in there, maybe a softer, little plumper yarn. But yep, same pattern again. Like I said, I really love this pattern. I made these wristers for my niece, who just turned, well, she's 28 now, but at the time she was in her teens, she really loved the fluorescent green color. So I made these wristers for her. This is my younger son modeling a pair of blue ones. They're just plain blue. I don't even know if he still has them. I haven't seen them in a long time. I did these pink ones. It was for a challenge, I think, for over at Mikey, the crochet crowd. And I made a whole bunch of the same type of wristers. I made these two-tone ones, which turned out really cute. I had to have donated them because I haven't seen them in a long time. This set here, this rainbow set, I still have it. I wear them occasionally, but I still have those ones. I made this same yarn, and I did like a little chain butterfly on them. Though that set I don't have. I don't, must have given it away. This set was a cute one with little flowers. I made these mittens for my niece, and I did it. Actually, no, these ones were for my nephew. They're straight knit, and like the hand part. And then these ones I did like every so often I did a purl row just to give it a little texture for my niece. Don't mind these other pictures are for other things I haven't deleted from my camera roll, obviously. See, there's one of the hats I made for, this one was my son's hat for work. And then my husband's, the letters are in red. I'm not sure if I have any more mittens on here or not. Not those, none of those. I'm thinking those may have been all for Mittens. That's my doggy, by the way, who passed away a couple years back. A little pug. I made him a Halloween clown costume, I guess you could say. It was a cape and a little hat. He wasn't too fond of it. Now that reef I just passed by, this is the inspiration picture I drew that from, by the way, just in case you were wondering. I think that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the slideshow. Now for December, since this is the last Thursday of the month, I can tell you guys which December theme is, which obviously, December, the holidays. It could be any holiday decoration you want to make. I, at this moment, have no idea what I'm making. I'm actually going to wait and see who our spotlight is for December and see if that person has any holiday decorations and probably make something from them. And also wait and see what colors from another make-along I participated in to see what color the decorations will be made. It's very easy to participate. You can either make YouTube videos like I do. You can either, if you don't want to make videos or you're not a video content creator, you can go over to the Facebook group and upload photos there, or you can contact people like me and ask if I can share your photos in my videos, which you guys just saw. Yes, I do know how to do that. I think next month, maybe the last month we're doing this, Things We're Making Thursday. This is the third year now. I was on the group page actually on Facebook earlier today, which is called Things We're Making Thursday. And I looked and there's no mention at all for a list for next year. And honestly, I really don't think there's many content creators participating like there used to be. So this group is kind of gone away with the dodo birds, you could say, kind of thing. So this could be the last upcoming month for this. I'm not 100% sure. If it is the last month for it coming up, I'll try to think of a new theme for my Thursdays videos. And depending on, I guess, supplies, which right now I got enough for one pair, but that's it. I may have to do a little bit of yarn shopping over the month of December and early December, or January. Well, January I'd be fine with because I got enough in supplies, I think. I should have enough for January and February. Like could maybe make Thursday socks. Maybe. I don't know. I've done socks in the past. You guys have seen them. I actually want to wait till I get my new knitting set that I'm going to be getting for Christmas from the hubby. Well, hubby's doing the financing. I've got to order it via my Amazon to get it. But hopefully that order will be getting placed soon. Next week or so. And wait and see what my smallest knit needles are in that set. Because I like to do my socks 2 at a time. Doesn't matter if they're cuff down or toe up. Preferred toe up. That way then I know I have enough yarn for the legs and the cuff. Like if that will have to be shorty socks, that's no big deal. But if I do cuff down, I don't want to play yarn chicken for the length of the foot. And I wear a size 10 shoe. So yeah, I like toe up preferred. So socks are a possibility to fill in Thursdays. Also, I was actually thinking, with the way I do my Head to Toe Winter Knits book, I also have another book here that I've never worked out of. It's Amigurumis, and I could possibly throw that into my Thursday category and do the same idea where you guys vote on what pattern I make. So I do have a few options. Socks, maybe Amigurumis. I'm trying to think what other books I've got sitting over there to my left. Yeah, I think one of those two are good options. The socks I think I may get bored with quickly, like maybe do one pair or two pair, but to continue it on. I don't know. I may not do socks. But I'm thinking possibly that my amigurumi book, it's not a whole lot of amigurumis. I think there's like 20, 30 characters or animals in it. So we'll have to stay tuned first to see if Things We're Making Thursday is a done deal or if they're going to go on with it again for next year. Like I said, at this moment, I haven't seen anything. If any of you guys have seen something, let me know. I'd appreciate it. Like I said, depending on our content creator for one of my make-alongs, I don't know what items I'll be making for next month's theme, and I don't know which colors. So if you want to know, please hit the subscription bell or button. Hit the bell notification to all so you can see whenever videos come out. Give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. I really appreciate it. Maybe a comment. Also, if you wouldn't mind maybe playing the odd video, like if you're in the middle of doing up a load of dishes or running your garbage up to the garbage, like the curb or something, throw on one of my videos. I'd really appreciate it. Every little bit helps. And I will talk to you guys all later. Have a good night, everybody.